This video is sponsored by Local First 209. For all the local news, stay right here. For everything else local, go to localfirst.biz. So go ahead and introduce yourself and your position with CAL FIRE.
I'm Nancy Longmore, Information Officer for the Rim Fire.
First of all, this rim fire, can you give me kind of a breakdown of what areas it's affecting right now?
It's affecting everything from Yosemite National Park through a good share of northern Mariposa County and a tremendous portion of Tuolumne County.
And I'm curious why it's called the rim fire.
I believe it's because the closest landmark to the fire when it was first sighted was the Rim of the World overlook on Highway 120 that's between Groveland and Yosemite National Park.
I came up here because I wanted to get a first-hand kind of view of the fire, because we're seeing it just on TV, and every time there's a fire on TV, it's always the biggest ever. What about this fire? Is this fire huge or what? I mean,
this fire has been very, very large. It's currently over 192,000 acres, which is over 300 square miles. It's probably the largest fire in Tuolumne County history, or by the time we get done with it, it will be. It's been a tremendously troublesome fire because of the tremendously dry winters we've had. The last winter we had was one of the driest on record, and having 2 dry winters back to back, everything out there is just extremely dry and extremely vulnerable to this wildfire.
Has there been any evacuations in the area?
There have been. There's currently a mandatory evacuation in effect in a very small portion of Greeley Hill for homes that are closest to the fire, but there's just probably no more than half a dozen homes in that area. An evacuation advisory is still in effect from Tuolumne City along east of Highway 108 up to Pinecrest Lake.
Okay, now speaking of Pinecrest Lake and other lakes, other kind of fishing and hunting areas, we got some holidays coming up. Should people come up here?
They can't. There's still plenty of recreational opportunities on the Stanislaus National Forest and in Yosemite National Park. The Groveland Ranger District on the Stanislaus National Forest is entirely closed. Everything on the Miwok District of the Stanislaus National Forest is closed east of Highway 108. There's a number of areas in Yosemite National Park that are closed, but to get specifics, it would be best to contact either Yosemite National Park or the Stanislaus National Forest, and you can find that information on the web.
But there still is some recreational opportunities in the foothills.
Absolutely. There's a tremendous amount of ground on both the Stanislaus National Forest, in the Calaveras Ranger District, the Summit Ranger District, up beyond Pinecrest Lake, and in many areas of Yosemite National Park.
And another big attraction for the Modesto people up in here is Black Oak Casino. I heard they were closed for a while. Are they still closed?
I heard that was open back up again this evening.
All right. Well, that's good for the gamers.
Yeah.
And also, let's see here. Can you tell me about the agency response? Because I was seeing license plates from Nevada and from Arizona. I mean, who's all here?
I couldn't even begin to tell you who all is here, but we have people literally from all over the United States helping to protect these communities up here. And it's just been a tremendous army of folks that are here helping protect natural resources that belong to every citizen in the United States, as well as have a tremendous value to the world, such as the giant sequoias of Yosemite National Park. So we have literally thousands of people. There's over 4,500 people here protecting natural resources, protecting homes, property, lives that matter to an awful lot of people worldwide.
I noticed a lot of firefighters from all around the area, and then also a lot of police officers too.
Yes. We brought in a tremendous number of law enforcement folks to help with potential evacuations or road closures, area closures, just to maintain order. but especially to help with evacuations should they have become necessary on a large scale.
So if somebody's sitting at home right now in Modesto and they're thinking to themselves, I want to volunteer, I want to come up here and do something to help fight the fire, what would you suggest to them?
Well, fighting fires is not going to be an option, but they can volunteer with the Red Cross, and if they do have an interest in fighting fire at some point, they can always volunteer with their local fire department and get properly trained up, take courses, and because firefighting is extremely dangerous, and we just don't take people in off the streets like we did in the olden days when we'd recruit anybody that was walking by. That just doesn't happen anymore.
All right. Now, in closing, what's maybe a couple websites that people can go to if they're planning on coming up here? They want to make sure that where they're planning to visit is going to be safe. Where can they check up on the fire?
The official website is ncweb.org, and that's at www, of course, .incweb.org. And folks could also go to the CAL FIRE website, which is at fire.ca.gov, and get the same information.
All right. Well, thank you very much for talking with us.
You're most welcome. Thank you.